sound of this gavel, I adjourn meeting number 845. For the benefit of the guests and the new members, today is a special meeting. It is the reverse meeting or the Topsy meeting. So we run the meeting in the backward direction. We start from adjourning the meeting and then we run it all the way and then declare the meeting open and we start. So that is the difference of today's meeting. Now we move on to guest feedback. I'd like to invite our guest Mridula to come over here and share feedback of the meeting. How it went, how did you feel about the meeting? Mridula.
Hi everyone, and I'm Mridula. Every meeting, if there's a guest called here, what would they say? It was a great meeting, and which is it's going to be the same. It was a great meeting, and since I came 10 minutes early, I could see whatever went behind in putting a meeting together, and since everyone contributed, it was a pretty great meeting. It's usually what you say in the end, but I'm pretty confident that this is what's going to be the output of today's meeting as well.
Thank you. And an announcement and appreciation. Today, Toastmaster Rajasekaran has completed his level 2. So, and today it is also the time that we honor a person, a special person who has taken the first step in our Toastmasters journey. We would like to invite Toastmaster Srividhya, who has delivered a icebreaker speech, to come over here, and I request all the members to stand up for a standing ovation to Toastmaster Srividhya. I would also like to thank VPE and all the role players who have planned well and who have had all the trials and all pre-meeting preparations and all to ensure that this meeting was well conducted and well organized, and it was a complete entertainment to all of the members present here. A big round of congrats and thanks for all the VP and all the role players for today. With this, I'd like to thank the General Evaluator for giving and very good feedback on how the meeting was conducted, and also the TG Masters for conducting the TG session in an interesting way. And I would also like to thank the Toastmaster of the day for having an engaging session where he has engaged the audience and asked questions, and the audience all responded in a very well manner, and I would like to thank the Toastmaster of the day. And I would like to thank the Toastmaster of the day to take this meeting forward.
With this, the meeting comes to the end. Hope you all had a fabulous, fantastic meeting. With this, I leave the floor to the President. Over to you, President. As we are coming to the end of the session, and since this is an Independence Day themed meeting, it would be appropriate to complete the meeting, to end the meeting with the national anthem. So I would request you all to stand up and sing the national anthem. Joining us.
Adinayaka Jaya He Bharata Bhagya Vidhata Punjab Sindh Gujarat Maratha Dravida Uttara Banga Indra Himachal Yamuna Ganga Uttara Jalasita Ganga Tava Shubha Name Jage Tava Shubha Ashish Mane Gahe Tava Jaya Gata Jaya Mangala Dayaka Jaya He Bharata Bhagya Vidhata Jaya He Jaya He Jaya 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 He Jaya 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 He.
let us take oath on this wonderful day. Just now, we are not celebrating our Independence Day. We are promising ourselves that India is a country, not just one country on the paper, but it is a country united by the spirits. Let us not commit the same mistakes what the Britishers, what has happened before Indian independence. So that is the thing. And thank you so much, General Evaluator, for your wonderful evaluation session. It was a fantastically it was a fantastic evaluation session and a detailed report. Thank you so much.
This concludes my evaluation of the day, and I request the Toastmaster of the day to take over the proceedings. As I look back at today's session, everybody have fulfilled their roles as far as the reverse meeting is concerned. Flawlessly, effortlessly, without any problem. And this is my GE report of the overall meeting and how it went overall. Please give a big round of applause for the Toastmaster of the day. Kudos to the Toastmaster of the day. The way he has engaged the audience. At the same time, how he connected the meeting number 845 along with the theme of the day, Freedom at Midnight. Very brilliantly done. Thank you for that. And as far as the grammarian is concerned, Toastmaster Umamaheshwararao, very enthusiastic Toastmaster, excellent observation skills. I like the way you sat in the first row and gave a thumbs up every time a role player says the word of the day. Nicely done, kudos to you. Toastmaster Azhagiri, the R counselor, where are you? Okay, Toastmaster Azhagiri, thanks for your enthusiastic report, detailed report in R counter as an R counter. But for a couple of speeches, you came near the speaker to note down the number of R's and Ups. I somehow thought like maybe you are counting the heartbeat also. It was so close. Please don't do that. Maybe you can avoid that in the next meetings at all. Timer, Toastmaster Suresh. When you came here to provide your report, I like the quote that you used. Time and tide does not wait, but I will wait. And you provided the report. That was excellent. And when the time goes like yellow, a couple of times you came forward and showed the cards in front of the speakers. Not necessary. They will definitely look at the card from wherever you are. You don't have to come here and then show the cards. Evaluator 5, Jagan. Where are you, Jagan? Okay, yeah. While evaluating, you gave a quote. Maps can find D letter, but a mentor finds your T, that is talent. Brilliantly done. Evaluator 4, Toastmaster Shankar. While evaluating Toastmaster Prasanna's speech on one style does not fit all, you gave a Rajini style expression and showcased your evaluating skills. Brilliantly done, mind blowing. Thank you. Evaluator 3, Toastmaster Amirtha. While evaluating Toastmaster Abirami's speech, straight to the point, you came straight over here and then started with straight to the point itself. And that was brilliantly done, which was very closely associated with the title of the speech also. Very well done, nice. And comes to the TT Master, DTM Thomas. I like one of your topic, which is very much resonating with the theme of the day. They say freedom does not come free, but if it comes with a price tag, would you pay in cash, or card, or in EMI? I know it is tough, but the way you have put it across and the way it was asked also brilliantly done. I know like it is, we cannot find this kind of topic even in context. I forgot. They say freedom does not come free, but if it comes with a price tag, will you pay in card or cash or in EMI? I remember. Yeah. Thought-provoking topic. Okay. Then speaker 5, Toastmaster Rajasekaran. Brilliant topic. Brilliantly done. Mentors are everywhere. And while showcasing that, mentors are here, Tulilum Irupar, nicely done. And then speaker 4, Toastmaster Prasanna. Are you here? Okay. So when you are narrating an incident that happened in Adaya, while you are walking in Adaya, I know you are from Adaya. Yeah, while walking in Adaya, the incident that you showcased, I mean, that was brilliantly done, very thought-provoking as well as touching to the heart. Nicely done. And then President during the opening speech, he gave a brilliant quote. At the stroke of midnight hour, when the world sleeps, India will awake to life and freedom. What Jawaharlal Nehru told in 1947. That was very inspiring and it was very much closer to the content and theme of the speeches, theme of the session as well. Finally, Sergeant Tom's Toastmaster Senthilkumar. Kudos to you. Please give a big round of applause to him. He started the meeting on time, but at the same time, I like the way you came and sat in the front row along with the grammarian and encouraged the speakers by clapping also. Normally, all the Sergeant Toms sit in the back, sit in the back row, but you sat in the front row and showcased what is that to encourage a speaker as such. Very well. Thank you, Grammarian Toastmaster Umamaheshwararao, for your detailed report.
Good evening once again, all of you. Like today is a most pleasant day for me because everyone used the word of the day turnaround and the Toastmaster of the day used it thrice. I'm so happy for that. Yeah. When it comes to speakers, TM Rajasekaran used it quite like, in learning you will teach and in teaching you will learn. Also used words like silent supporter, life coach, guideline. TM Prasanna Venkatesh used words like diversity, adaptability, open-mindedness. Also used the quotation, strength lies in the differences, not in similarities. TM Abirami used the words like precision, laser focus. Also she used a phrase like, if you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well. TM Srividhya used words like unexpected turns, fragrance of life. Life is like a book. She used a sentence like, life is like a book, some chapters are sad, some are exciting, but if you never turn the page, you will never know what next chapter is. TM Raja Annamalai used words like gateway, network. Also used a phrase, a single conversation with wise person is worth a month study of books. And evaluators, TM Jagan used words like captivating, noteworthy, empowering. TM Shankar has used flexible, versatile, thought-provoking. TM Amirtha has used a quotation, feedback is the breakfast of champions. She also used words like seamless, commendable. TM Pramodh used words like fine-tune, enhance. TM Hema, while evaluating an icebreaker speech, she used a phrase like every master once a beginner. Also she used words like authentic, impactable. TMoD, TM Vijayarajan used, while explaining about freedom, he used a sentence like, development is not where the poor use cars, development is where the rich prefer public transport. Such a nice thought. Our TT master, DTM Thomas used, freedom of speech is the foundation of all other freedoms. Our presiding officer, Barath has used words like unlock opportunities, continued excellence. Today our grammarian accounter linked their roles and used humorous phrases using the word freedom. Like accounter used a sentence like, I will be counting whenever you use your freedom of using filler words. Timer also said, every freedom has a limitation. Your freedom of time at Toastmaster ends when I show the red card.
Can you just repeat?
Yeah. Every freedom has a limitation. Your freedom of time at Toastmaster ends when I show the red card. Our TT spec is also TM Naren used words like breakthrough, determination. Guest Mridula used words like courage, vision. TM Ramya used words like resilience, transformation. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Azhagiri, for your all-complete report.
Thank you, everyone. All evaluators had a clear speech. When it comes to TT speakers, guest Sapna used few hours. Toastmaster Balaji used few hours and twice hum. Guest Anish used few light but and also 2 hours. Toastmaster Pradeep used 2 hours. Toastmaster Ramya had a clear speech. DTM Thomas had a clear speech. When it comes to speech, Toastmaster Rajasekaran used 2 hours, 2 passes and few but. Toastmaster Prasanna Venkatesh used 2 hours and 1 light. Toastmaster Abirami used few repeat words. Toastmaster Raja Annamalai used few repeat words. Toastmaster Srividhya M used few hours and so few times. Toastmaster Saravanan had a clear speech. Toastmaster Vijayarajan had a clear speech. Here is my all-counter report. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests.
Thank you, timer Toastmaster Suresh Kumar, for your report.
So today all the speakers were able to stick to the timings. Let me read out the timer report. Toastmaster Rajasekaran 6 minutes 12 seconds. Toastmaster Prasanna Venkatesh 7 minutes 3 seconds. Toastmaster Abirami 6 minutes 30 seconds. Toastmaster Raja Annamalai 6 minutes 53 seconds. Toastmaster Srividhya 6 minutes 45 seconds. Toastmaster Venkatesh 1 minute 5 seconds. Toastmaster Shanmugavel 1 minute 53 seconds. Toastmaster Narendra 1 minute 45 seconds. Guest Anish 1 minute 5 seconds. Toastmaster Balaji 1 minute 11 seconds. Toastmaster Pradeep 1 minute 22 seconds. Toastmaster Ramya 1 minute 47 seconds. Guest Mridula 1 minute 8 seconds. Toastmaster Jagan 2 minutes 55 seconds. Toastmaster Shankar 3 minutes 6 seconds. Toastmaster Amirtha 2 minutes 48 seconds. Toastmaster Pramodh 2 minutes 40 seconds. Toastmaster Hema 2 minutes 40 seconds.
Now, I would like to call the TAG team for presenting their reports. Thank you, evaluators. I appreciate your alacrity in coming up with soulful evaluations, which are really helpful for the speakers to come over here and speak about the next few projects. Thank you, Toastmaster Jagan, for your detailed evaluation.
Like always, Toastmaster Raj's speech are fit, neat, passionate, well-tailored, well-written. You would have noticed that the way that he spoke, the way he looked, the way he spoke to us, the way that his speech was written. Every Raj speech is noteworthy. Today, Toastmaster Raj delivered a speech from Persuasive Influence Pathway, Project 2. This is Level 2, Project 3, which is Introduction to Toastmasters Mentoring. I see 3 very important strengths in his speech. The 4th strength, the grammarian will mention. The first one, as the manual suggests, what is the definition, purpose, and benefit of being a mentor? What is the definition of mentoring in Toastmasters? As the project suggests, it is for the member to share with us how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. What is the definition of mentoring in Toastmasters? That you clearly communicated to us today. The second thing is, he shared his own experience as a prodigy. Now what does that mean? Through his story, he he shared that he was adaptable when he was sharing with us about his speech and how he had to adapt at the last time. He is accountable for his growth. He is open and respectful of his mentor's time and boundaries. Now, those are qualities of a prodigy. Thank you for sharing that. It is empowering to us to be able to become better prodigies ourselves. The third thing is, what are the successful traits or traits of a successful mentor? Now, which I went to the agenda, which clearly says that his mentor is dependable. DTM Suganti, as we all know, has an informed perspective, and she also shares a lot of her wisdom. I'm sure Raj is benefiting out of it, and you shared it with us today. Kudos to you. Now, where could you have done better? The project manual has one line, very thin line reading between it. It says the benefits of being a prodigy and a mentor. Now, what it does is it's a two-way benefit. Now, if you could have shared with us that nuance of the benefit of what do I gain being a prodigy and what my mentor gains being my prodigy, so that when I become a mentor tomorrow, what is the benefit that I gain? Now, if you could have shared that slight nuance, we would have learned more. The speech would have been even more captivating. The story was as is captivating. On top of it, it was empowering. So if you could have shared this bit of it, it would have moved us to become better mentors and prodigies ourselves. Now, as the timer would mention that you completed 6 minutes 12 seconds. You still had nearly a minute to go. So if you could have just summarized everything as part of your conclusion and given us this detail, this is 3 points and these are the 3 points, it would have helped us recollect better, because this is more of a persuasive, informative speech, and thereby we want to become better through this speech. So overall, you defined, Toastmaster Rajasekaran defined what is mentoring, how Toastmaster envisions mentoring. He shared his experience as a prodigy. He shared what are the traits of a successful mentor. If you could share the two-way benefit of being a mentor and a prodigy, and on top of it, summarize it as part of your conclusion, your speech is going places. All the very best.
Please put your hands to welcome Toastmaster Jagan for evaluating Toastmaster Rajasekaran's speech. To evaluate Toastmaster Rajasekaran's speech, we have Toastmaster Jagan as an evaluator. Toastmaster Jagan is an IT professional, an avid learner, and a musician who was instrumental in Medley anthem. Thank you, Toastmaster Amirtha, for your detailed evaluation.
G for taking the evaluations forward. As you all know, feedback is the breakfast of champions. I'm here to provide breakfast to Toastmaster Abirami. Sorry, I mean give feedback on the speech. Let me turn around and come straight to the point. Great leaders communicate and great communicators lead. This is a quote attributed to Simon Sinek. This quote basically highlights the point that leadership and communication are heavily intertwined. In order to be a great leader, you need to be a great communicator first. And today, Toastmaster Abirami, my target speaker, has taken the first step in becoming a great leader by understanding her communication style. Here are the 3 things I love about her speech. Number 1 is the title. She had a very apt title. Her title is straight to the point. This title in itself was very much straight to the point, and it clearly gave an insight to audience about her communication style, which has to be the direct communication style. An apt title is a very important part of any speech because it gives the speakers, it gives the audience some kind of insight into what the speech is going to be about, and this keeps them engaged. The second thing I liked about her speech are the examples she mentions in her speech. Here, she brought about 2 or 3 examples from her own life, situations, little tidbits of her story, where she was able to figure out what her communication style is and how she reacted in certain situations. These tidbits were highly illustrative of her communication style. And who doesn't love a good story? So with the help of these little stories, she was able to, it was very authentic, her speech was very authentic because of the real life examples, and it was also very relatable. This helped to keep the audience very much engaged in her speech. And item number 3 was her voice. I really loved her voice. The volume was just right, and she could be heard all the way in the back. It's not just the voice, it's also the way her speech was clear, in that she enunciated her words really well. So people were able to understand, she was being heard all the way, and then people were able to understand her words very clearly. Now, all her transitions were seamless, and it was highly commendable, all the examples that she shared from her life. I do have a couple of recommendations for her. While her voice was good and the words were really spoken clearly, she could have used some changes in the pitch and tone of her voice to show the differences in the situations. The emotions would have come out better with the changes in the pitch and the tone. The second recommendation for her is to use the stage mode, especially between the transitions during the examples she was talking about, and that will help her to keep the eye contact with various sections of the audience. Let me turn around and give a quick summary of her speech. To sum it up, a very apt title, good, relatable, real-life examples that made it very authentic, very good voice and clear enunciation of words. With a little better use of stage and improved eye contact with the audience, Toastmaster Abirami will be well on her way to be a great communicator and a great leader. Thank you very much.
Please put your hands to welcome Toastmaster Amirtha to evaluate Toastmaster Abirami's speech. To evaluate Toastmaster Abirami's speech, we have Toastmaster Amirtha as an evaluator. Toastmaster Amirtha is a software professional, loves temple architecture as well as loves the history of Chennai. Thank you, Toastmaster Pramodh, for your detailed evaluation.
Over to you, General Evaluator. The moment our star speaker, Toastmaster Raja Annamalai, took out the presenter, I knew that he was an analytical communicator. Because only analytical communicators use PowerPoint presentation during their speech. Kudos to you. You made an abstract concept such as communication styles quite real for us, bringing it into a story where you met 4 people at an airport. We were all there in that airport. I could see the paranoia in the analytical communicator, the altruism in the supportive communicator, the chattiness in the initiating communicator, and the overbearing nature of the direct communicator. With all due respects to direct communicators here, all in all, you made us reflect on our own quirks. I also like to appreciate one thing. You beautifully explained each and every single term. What is a direct communicator? What is an initiating communicator? I believe that all of us here now understand these terms, right? Is there anyone who has not understood? I'm sure even the guests understand each of these terms. That is what I truly appreciate the most. I would, however, like to give a few recommendations so that you may fine-tune your speech for future. While your PowerPoint was quite clear, I believe a better use of the stage would enhance your speech. For example, you could be one side of the stage for supportive communicator, while you could go to the other side for a direct communicator. This could physically bring the personalities to life. That's what I believe. Secondly, while you delivered the entire speech in your calm steadiness, I believe a dash of vocal variety would have certainly enhanced your speech. For example, the initiating communicator could have been quite excited, while the direct communicator could have been a bit bossy. Once again, no offense to the direct communicators here. This would have kept the audience even more engaged. And thirdly, I don't understand why you refused to make eye contact with the timer. When he was waving the red card, you refused to look at him. You looked everywhere else except at the timer. I don't understand that. All in all, your speech was quite structured, clear and interesting. It gave an interesting look at communication styles. But a bit more use of the stage as well as vocal variety would have certainly kept us on the edge. Thank you, General Evaluator.
Please put your hands to welcome Toastmaster Pramodh to evaluate Toastmaster Raja Annamalai. To evaluate Toastmaster Raja Annamalai's speech, we have Toastmaster Pramodh as the evaluator. He is our current VP who has a keen eye on making a difference in whatever he does. Thank you, Toastmaster Shankar, for your detailed evaluation.
Over to you, G. So, on summary, overall, the Prasanna Venkatesh speech, today's speech, it's like the recent Rajasekaran movie, the communication style which he has adopted. But all kind of the style, probably a few things which is missing, probably we'll see it. You had a very powerful story where powerful opening, and also you tell the story. It's not only about talking about the problem, but also you did a story where we can solve a problem. Kudos to you. And I do agree with you. Not all, in a situation we cannot apply one single communication style, where we need to apply multiple communication styles. So on a turnaround, the recommendation part, I would like to talk about communication. I know that although we talk about it as a very fantastic topic, it's always a drive. Probably in your topic, especially with the particular storyline, where you could have added with some of the characters. So it's like hitting the target with one stone, where you could have role played, where you can voice modulate it, plus you can have a play the role where you can directly connect it with the audience. And second very important thing, I see that the stage movement, where I don't feel that you are effectively utilize the stage movement. And third, the facial reaction, where in one of the incident where you talk about, let's say there is a gap or the communication heat exchange between your colleague and you, where your facial reaction, it does not provide any kind of the anger or sad. You throughout the speech where it's talk about the same tone. And third and fourth very important thing is that, let's say for this communications, where I personally feel that you could have thrown some kind of the humor that would add more weightage to your thing. So overall, you are now flexible, versatile, and in order to turn around your topic, some of the points which I would like to emphasize. One is that, yes, in the opening you used many techniques to hook the audience. So one of the techniques where, let's say, for you're asking the questions. I saw that, let's say, very few of the people where, let's say, for watching the mobile, when you start asking the second time about the questions, they start engaging with you. Kudos for you. And second, very important thing that I do agree that one communication style does not fit for all kind of the situations. You are perfectly portrayed. And the code which you used was very fascinating, which I have to use it probably with my next speech as well. And Toastmaster, and last thing is that Toastmaster is the platform where you transform the leaders. I saw that your first speech and where you are now, that was the excellent. Please give the round of applause to Toastmaster. Thank you.
Please put your hands to welcome Toastmaster Shankar to evaluate Toastmaster Prasanna Venkatesh's speech. To evaluate Toastmaster Prasanna Venkatesh's speech, we have Toastmaster Shankar as the evaluator. Toastmaster Shankar is an enthusiastic Toastmaster who plays various roles effectively. Thank you, Toastmaster Hema, for your detailed evaluation.
My target speaker, Toastmaster Srividhya, she has given her icebreaker speech, Pathway is Persuasive Influence. The title itself is so, it just made us turn around. just what is in store for us. The way you held your finger and walked through life was fantastic. It aligned well with the title. Every master wants a beginner. I was expecting, since you are a beginner, this is the first time speech, I was expecting some nervousness. The way you embrace the stage, it looked like you have been to so many stages. This is one among us. It wasn't sounding like the first time you're speaking. And your content was so authentic. I really appreciate the way it was. The way you talked about your childhood days and your college days, and you gave a big break, and then you have started a career. Oh, that is amazing. That shows a resilience. And the way you looked at the people, you had a good eye contact, and it was quite engaging. And here and there, humorous bits were excellent. For the first timer, I really appreciate that. The areas of recommendation here are, what I felt is the tone, the vocal variety. You should improve over there. And then you need to give a pass where you're supposed to, especially the transition. When after talking about the childhood, when you talk about the other chapter of your life, you should give a pass. You should take a small walk and you talk about it. It would have been even more better, stronger. And what I felt is like the moment you talked about the break and then you started a career again, you should have shown the sense of pride, the happiness from head to toe. That was missing. So anyway, there are a lot of recommendations. I want to restrict myself to one or two because this is the first time you're giving a speech. I hope take this recommendation and implement this in the future. I hope you will definitely do it. To summarize this, your total thing, the content was very good. The way you engage with the audience, the way you have seen everybody, that was very good. And second one, what I wanted to work on is your vocal variety, and then the pauses where you need to give, and the sense of the happiness, pride, all that you have to share. That's all. Over to you, G.
Please put your hands to welcome Toastmaster Hema to evaluate Toastmaster Srividhya's speech. We listened to 5 rollicking speeches which were humorous, informational, inspirational and whatnot. And for evaluating their thoughts as well as actions, I have 5 evaluators who will be going through the entire evaluation pattern and provide constructive feedback. Thank you, Toastmaster.
With this, I leave the floor to Toastmaster Saravanan. Since evaluation is something that is going to make you free, that is the most important session in our Toastmasters. So let me invite Toastmaster Saravanan on stage. Thank you, Toastmasters, for all your answers. And now, I have heard all your answers from the beginning of the meeting. You have been participatory. That was very nice. And especially I like the way Toastmaster Thomas Abraham sang Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, when I asked him which is the national song of India. And I also liked when somebody said, I think Rajasekaran said about cars. I was asking, he said, Maruti, Maruti. I like the Bharatanatyam style of dancing. That was nice. And we also received some naughty answers. When I asked him what is the slogan given by Bala Gangadhar Tilak, somebody in the last said, Istalakadi Lala Sundari Kola Bhaiya. Last pages are always naughty, So anyway, I enjoyed all your answers. And now I have one last question for you. Since we are coming to the end of the meeting, last question. Are you all ready?
Yes.
How many living languages are there in India right now? Living mother tongue, I should say. Yes, 400. That is a good guessing. You are not far away. Any guessings? Saravanan?
390.
Good guessing.
More than 120.
Going backwards. 117. 117. Going backwards still, okay. Still,
500.
anyone is guessing?
500.
500. Any other guessings? How many mother tongues are there in India? 1369 is the answer. Some of the parts of India is bigger than the whole. So thanks for all your participation. And okay, and now I have another question for you. How many scheduled languages are there in India?
21. Do we get chocolates? I know the answer.
Oh,
21. 22.
Yes, 22. That's great. 22. So with this, thank you, DTM, Distinguished Toastmaster Thomas Abraham, for conducting this table topic session in very interesting manner. And almost everybody participated and gave your speeches in a very nice manner. Thank you so much, sir.
I want to thank all my table topic speakers for the mastery you showed over your minds when this was getting tossed up in the time machine and you were all going topsy-turvy. Marvelous. Marvelous. Why I am saying this is, also I must, where it's due, I must give the thanks. Thanks to the VPE making this a topsy-turvy, I got my 20 minutes in full. Otherwise they would have unkindly cut 20 and be happy that all 9 of you, now you cannot go back, all 9 of you will get a chance to speak. How do you like it? Rather you did that, I meant you did. Now, the last of the speakers, that's all I have time for, is Toastmaster Shanmugavel. They say, sir, that freedom doesn't come for free. How would you pay the price? Would you pay in cash, or in card, or EMI? Okay, correction. I know, you smiled. You know, I like the way you ended this whole session in the highest patriotic way and telling us there are ways and ways to pay for the price of the freedom that you gave. I compliment you for showing us the way you can pay the price for freedom. There are so many ways. Very, very educating session.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for this topic. Freedom is very, very important to us. We had this freedom in 1947. It's not freely available. We didn't get freely. Lot of sacrifice for freedom fighters like Bhagat Singh. If you see in Tamil Nadu, Bob Sinappuram Pillai, Bharatiyar, then Velu Laksha, Veerapandiya Kattapomman. Like that, so many freedom fighters, they have sacrificed to get this freedom for us. But now our TMoD asked whether to get this freedom, will you pay the money or cash or EMI? Oh, freedom should be given to all the people very freely. That is very must. That reason only our freedom fighters, they have sacrificed their life. So we should not give this freedom in any type of such a case. It should be freely available to all. Thank you very much.
The last speaker for the day is Toastmaster Shankar. For you, the question is, how will you pay for the price of freedom? You said that. Mridula, I must tell you, as a good friend, it would be nice that you shake my hands and go. Now, you did a wonderful job. It's very clear that you are a regular visitor to the kitchen, and you consumed both the colored liquids more than your mother ever knew. Please don't mind. It's reverse.
Yeah.
So, I'm complimenting you for what you spoke, which is your hint for what you say. I'm saying to you, and once again compliment you, and it's very clear to us that you used to visit the kitchen very often without your mom knowing, and you consumed a lot of the two colored liquids there in the kitchen. Coffee.
Oh. So that's my topic or?
That's what you spoke just now.
It's a reverse. You're already given a speech about coffee. How you run?
That's what you spoke about, no? So, all that.
Can I get 30 seconds?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. What was yesterday? This is a question to you all. What was yesterday?
Independence Day.
Right. And do you have any guess what my father did yesterday? He wanted to give freedom to my mother. She was not made to cook yesterday. He bought everything from outside. And when I ask him for a samosa or a juice, he's like, "You're always junking. I'm not gonna get anything." But since yesterday was Independence Day, my mother suddenly did not have to go to the kitchen and everything was there on the table already. And what was her freedom? Not to cook. And does she have an option? Yes, she does. She can still make it, but she chose not to. That's again freedom. Celebrating Independence Day at home. And what did I do? Every day, when I come back home from college, I decide to have coffee. But again, when I watch a YouTube video, suddenly there's an addiction on coffee, or people are junking on it. I'm like, I'm not gonna junk on coffee anymore. I'm gonna be a good girl. I'm gonna be healthy. Tomorrow, I'm gonna go to the gym. You see, I'm connecting it with the theme. Freedom is always starts on the midnight. It's always like, I'm gonna start on this challenge tomorrow and not today. You get that, right? I hope you do. And one day, when she was there on the kitchen, I was figuring out, okay, today we'll have rasam and then curd, the usual. And she's like, I've done so much today. Ma, what are we having? Curd rice. Wonderful. And then, yesterday, I went to the kitchen and there again was a guest. It seems like there was a guest because there was a lot of savories. I'm like, did I enter into a wrong kitchen or is this the neighbor's house? Because I don't see so many sweets and coffee and... See, we are a household, we don't drink coffee, but somehow I had to relate it to whatever topic was given to me, and that's me getting there.
Welcome on stage. The subject for you, the topic for you is coffee or tea and why. Well done, guest Anish. Where is guest Anish? Well done, guest Anish. From your life experience, the way that you explained, it is very clear that you have shown amply the power of willpower. Very well done.
I was 7 years old when I shifted my house. When I shifted my house, I was feeling I would lose a lot of friends in my old neighborhood. When I reached my new neighborhood, I completely forgot about them because they had a football ground there. That's when I started my football career. So every day I go at 6 o'clock, I start my football, I practice till 7 o'clock, and I play with a bunch of my friends. I was the worst player when I played with them. Just because I never heard of the word football. I still don't know the spelling of football because I'm only focusing on how to play it, but not what the tactic is. So that's when I put up this power of will in focusing on the tactics. So I usually go on mornings, I play, I practice more than I play because unconsciously I have the power of will. I have the will to do it. That's when I put up this role shift in my school. I took up a captainship in my school and I was a captain for 2 years, my 9th and 10th. And we actually won the clusters. This all happened because I had the will again to do it. So, will. Same goes to freedom fighters long time ago. They had the will to do, they had the will to get the freedom. They fought the big nights, they fought days, they fought nights, they fought years. People died and we still have to remember them. Their sacrifice, their will again, I use many times. Will is the power of freedom. Will is the power of mechanics. Thank you. With that I start the introduction. My name is Anish Ramas. It's the first day I'm here. The first day I'm here, not the first time in Toastmasters.
May I call guest Anish as the next speaker? Your topic. You can if you think you can. Yes, Sapna. Yes, Sapna. I commend you for the way you confess to such an embarrassing mistake that you made in your work. It takes a lot of guts. I compliment you once again. But a good job done.
Okay, so I'd like to share a throwback incident when I was leading the tech contingent in one of the inter-IT events. So I was supposed to, I was the organizing, I was responsible for taking my team to Kanpur, IIT Kanpur, and I did not check the dates properly, so it was supposed to be on 9th December, but I saw it as 10th December, and it was 10 p.m. in the night it was 10 p.m. in the 8th night that I even realized that. So I was scolded by all of the juniors, and it was a tough situation, but I had to admit it because we had, facing such a huge team, it was not, I can't just hide it under, I can't hide it behind the screen, so it was embarrassing, but I confessed and we made it, we arranged flight tickets and somehow made it there, so yeah, that was it.
The next speaker is guest Sapna, and the topic for you, my worst mistake at work that I'm embarrassed about even now. Toastmaster Narendra. Wow. How do you like the speech?
Oh, we loved it.
Wow. You know, we would never have ever guessed that you had to spend a few hours in jail for no mistake of yours, and very well spoken, very, very impressive.
over to you, TT Master. So, one day, the thing is, I was walking down the road, and suddenly, I was returning from a trip after traveling from Wayanad to Chennai, and I was coming back to my home, and suddenly, as I was walking down the platform, the cops arrested me, and they immediately took me down to the police station, and I asked them why you're arresting me, what's going wrong, and they never gave me, they just told me to be quiet, and then if I protest, then I could face some severe consequences. And they immediately opened the bag, and they found some, some banned substances in the bag. And that's when I realized that it was actually not my bag, because I looked closer, it looked like my bag, but in the mistake, when I was trying to get out of the train, I picked someone else's bag and it came out, which looked almost similar to me, similar to mine. And that's when I realized it, and I tried to explain that to the policemen, and they did not pay heed to that, and they said, we are going to book a case against you, that's it, we are going to throw you in jail. You can maybe try to call your lawyer, but not right now. We'll first book the case, then you can, the legal course will, the legal course of action will be followed. And as all this conversation was going on, I suddenly felt a tap on my head. Somebody was tapping on my head very hard, and then they were saying, Narendra, wake up, it's time to get ready and leave for the office. And that's when I realized, oh my God, thank goodness it was just a dream. But imagine if that would have been a real life situation. I can't imagine it, and thankfully I'm happy that it was just a dream.
You want a difficult question or an easy question? Simple. There's a moral shade to this. Innocence is the immunity from imprisonment. Is no immunity from imprisonment. I repeat as I should be. Innocence is no immunity from imprisonment. Toastmaster Narendra. Toastmaster Pradeep, you have once again proved your ability to sway the crowd. But this time, you used a different technique. Audience contact. I've never seen anybody going around and shaking hands as part of that. I also liked another aspect, which is you have proved that good speech is both an art and a science. Very good. What is the topic? No, this is the comment here. Over to you.
So, good afternoon. I don't have anything in my mind. I'm just going with flow. Good afternoon, Toastmasters and dear guests. I feel very blessed that I am standing here after this next day of the Independence Days. Freedom fighters, those who have struggled a lot for getting a freedom for us. We are enjoying the legacy of their hard work. We are enjoying the open air without any kind of disturbance from the people, but we are also making advantage of it. This is a point what I want to share with you, that freedom is not got in a day. It's almost 100 plus years they have struggled a lot, but in terms of whenever we are using our waste product, we are not putting in the dustbin. We are not using the time punctuality which was early in the freedom before freedom fighter. We used to be very punctual, but today we are not in that punctual. But yeah, Toastmaster, we are running that. But I am talking about generic overall. And the importance to the parents, to the elders, we are not giving that they used to give to the previously. We are learning from them with their experience, with their knowledge. They used to pass on the legacy to us. We also have the responsibility to pass on the same to our younger generation. where we are lagging now. Yes, technology is supporting us. AI is coming into the life, but the experience will not be given by the AIs. Technology will not give the experience. They give the knowledge, but the experience will always get by the elders, those who are used to give their in hard way. They have learned that experience and they are passing on to us. I request everybody, please try to give the respect to your parents, your elders, and try to get knowledge from them, which will helpful for you to continue that legacy and pass on to your upcoming generation. Thank you.
You have full liberty, freedom being the theme. Deliver the best speech you have ever delivered as a Toastmaster. Okay. I never imagined, Toastmaster Balaji, I never imagined that a film can influence you so much that with that you decide your subject and your wife. Fantastic story. Such an honest story. I love it.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Every film taught us life. Every story taught us beautiful learning. Every month we are watching 1 or 2 movies. Sometimes we are implementing the stories or good points to our life. How the movies impacting to the subjects, and some hardcore fans in the cinema lovers, they are indeed to the subject and the story are like actor, actress, a diehard fan. They are turn around and saw the future and connecting to the film and life. This is the example how they connecting to the life and cinema, but same time that is not the real story anymore. But we can take the good things from the film and we can avoid the bad things to the society. Thank you.
Could you share with us a film that influenced you, Mr. Balaji? Toastmaster Ramya. I truly commend your integrity and courage to tell the truth, unmindful of the price you paid for your integrity. Wonderful motivational story that you delivered today. Very well done.
Today morning I woke up early. Today is Krishna Jayanti as well. And I prepared Tattai, Murgu and sweets like with mundri and made a sweet. Please don't ask me why I made with cashew nuts, because usually when I give to the guest, I make with nuts. When I do to myself, I make some diet food. Okay. So why this topic relevant to this? A decision I have made today is that why I came to Toastmaster. It's a topsy-turvy, which I didn't expect it at all. And it's difficult than the, whatever I prepared in the morning, it is more difficult than that. Around 3 speeches were going on. I asked Naren actually what is going on there. I'm unable to follow. He explained, we see everything is happening in reverse, please follow it. So it was that difficult for me to do. I think honestly, please don't mistake me, I could have skipped this meeting, but I got trapped in this. That's what exactly I would say. And the evaluators did a great job. They were, when I was the evaluator in the level 1 speech, it was very difficult for me to, even after the speaker gave the speech. But they, without giving any speech at all, they gave the evaluation as well. And I think I'm quite honest and admitting that I shouldn't have come to the meeting today. That's, I think, I have the guts and I have the thing to come and say that in front of you after seeing all these things. And one more thing something that is, you have the privilege and you have the thing to exaggerate and come up with things that doesn't happen. That seems interesting in a way, but still I have to honestly admit I should have skipped this meeting. Over to you.
For you, my question is, you heard about call a spade a spade. Can you give us an instance of calling a spade, showing your courage and integrity? Over to you. Toastmaster Venkatesh, I really enjoyed your speech. I like the way you showed this young crowd body language and voice variety and all the expertise that's inherent in a good speech. I commend you for being a good model for these Toastmasters.
Thank you for the nice topic, Master. Last Saturday, I was discussing, I made a call to DTM Thomas about my presentation, and I spoke to Narendra. Narendra is a very good human being, and including Mr. Thomas, they said we'll meet you on Saturday at 2 o'clock. Exactly at 2 o'clock, Narendra was here. He was looking around Narendra and my PowerPoint presentation. Since my company was asking to deliver all the 4 offices, I prepared my PowerPoint and I was showing it to Narendra. See here, the crux of Toastmaster, the intelligent Toastmaster, he found that only one point he made it to me. Thank you, I put smiley, he removed that. Mr. Thomas was watching from here and he was saying that if you are giving it in Toastmasters, you should vary that. Without looking the PowerPoint, he was saying that. Finally, for the guest, what I want to tell you is this is the 50th year I am Toastmaster. Do not miss this beautiful platform, because I was struggling to give my icebreaker speech. Last week, I gave more than 350 people, other people are online. They are watching my speech about domain name dispute. The way I was talking to others, Supreme Court lawyers also, they are amazed. My company is certified by ISO 9001. They were asking some 5 to 6 questions to fill it up. I have done everything. Yesterday morning, I got from my HR department, they told me that, Venkat, it is fantastic, fabulous presentation. You have to deliver the same speech at Dublin in ICANN meeting. That is why I request all the Toastmasters, the budding Toastmasters, please use the opportunity. It's a powerful tool you can develop. Thank you for a nice topic.
Mr. Venkatesh, show us what communication is, with your body language, with all that it takes to deliver a good speech. And now, as for the topic, since we are talking about freedom, do we need a topic? I can trust you, without a topic you can speak. That is the meaning of freedom of speech. Over to you.
Thank you.
Friends, I'm glad that I've been given this opportunity to present in 20 minutes whatever I can in the form of table topics. Table topics, we know, is all about shooting from the lips, not hips. Given today's circumstances, I will try and incorporate what I can, and I am always a die-hard singer of national patriotic songs. Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram. That's all I've been asked to sing. I will stop with that. I thank you once again for this opportunity.
So in this, we are coming to the second most important session, interesting session, palpitating session. In order to conduct this table topics for today, we have a very interesting person, our distinguished Toastmaster, Thomas Abraham. Let me leave this floor to Thomas, distinguished Toastmaster Thomas Abraham. Please give a big round of applause. Having come to the second phase of the meeting, now come the next question to you. Shall we go to the next question? Before coming to this PPT question, let me ask you another question. After independence, India has come across a long way, 78 years. Particularly after this globalization, can anyone tell which are the companies that took mileage out of globalization, came out successful? I'll give you one hint. A car company.
Maruti.
Anything else? Any other companies? Reliance?
Tata.
Tata. Okay.
No, Tata was before it.
So, since this is a reverse meeting, can you tell which country is this? India. This is not the question. The very important question is whether it is legal to use a map like this, south on the top, north at the bottom. Whether it is legal.
It is illegal.
Please raise the hand. People who feel it is legal, please raise your hands. Nobody. Actually, it is legal to use the map south at the top, north at the bottom. Not only for India, across the globe, for all the countries, it is legal to use the map in any ways. The only thing is, you should not change the boundaries. If you change the boundaries, that becomes illegal. Why do we have always north at the top and south at the bottom? Can anybody come out? Is there any scientific reason, geographical reason why north is in the top and south is in the bottom?
No, because rivers flow from north. I don't know. Like that.
So invaders always came from the north. It's not like that. That's not true actually. Anybody else?
All maps are hung like that. So north they comes from top, south they comes from
Exactly, sir. That's a habit. That's just a matter of habit. Actually speaking, when the globe was created for the first time, south was at the top and north was at the bottom. Over a period of time, due to habit, we are using north at the top and south at the bottom. And it is not a disrespect if you put the map either way. The only thing is that we are habituated to that and we are using the map like this. What is this? Our national flag. Whether it is legal to flip the flag,
No.
green at the top, saffron at the bottom. No, it is illegal. Next. Can we use it vertical?
No. Yes.
Yes.
How many of you say yes, you can use it vertical?
Because you used to it.
Vertically, you can use the flag. Only thing is that left, you should have saffron, right, you should have green. So, with this, we had a wonderful speech regarding mentoring, and thank you, Rajasekaran. I remember Rajasekaran, when I was, for a time being, I was outside this Toastmasters. I was taking a break. Rajasekaran called me and asked me, can you be, I wanted you to be a mentor. I was feeling proud. Okay, he said. Then he asked, since you are not in Toastmasters now, can you recommend somebody, some other Toastmasters as mentor? Then I asked him, it depends upon what you want. He said, what do you expect from a mentor? He said, I am a slow learner, so I am looking for a slow learner so that he can understand me. Before that only he asked me as a mentor. So it was a wonderful experience. Thank you, Rajasekaran, for giving your insight on mentoring and your sharing your personal experience. Thank
you. So before starting the timer, so I want to tell a small incident. So I was supposed to deliver this speech last week. Okay, so due to my official commitments, I couldn't deliver it. So I just approached our VP for because getting us a time speech slot in the Medley, you know, it's very hard. Okay. So he generously told, of course you can take it, because I'm not aware about this Topsy Turvy that time. because now I have all the role players evaluation running on my mind. I'm going to deliver whose version I'm not sure. Okay, so all the best to all of you. Let's start. So how many of you never stood in your classroom? How many of you who never stood in your class, in your college or in schools? Stood in a stage. Okay, I have some company. That's great. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and TAGs. So I was in 12th standard, Tamil Viva exam. So every student has to memorize one passage and need to recite it in front of the whole class. So I walked up confidently, declared my passage and froze. I couldn't say a word. I returned to my seat humiliated. Years later, in college, similar incident happened. During English period, we need to rise up and read the page aloud. So I was quietly counting how many students were ahead, just to prepare myself. My professor noticed it and said to the class, "Look at Rajasekaran, he is very nervous." Everyone laughed. These things started to get better by time because of the people I met in my life. The first was B. Muruganandan, Assistant General Manager in Airport Authority of India. I met him in New Delhi in DCA conference while I work as a consultant in DCA. He's a man of perfection. He noticed my hesitation even in casual conversations. Instead of pointing at me, he just encouraged me, involving in all the discussions. With his help, I just resumed my PG diploma in business administration, which I left midway, and that led to my MTech in Bitspilani under his mentorship. That helped to crack the UPSC interview. The years later, as an air maintenance officer, I met Senthilkumar, Assistant Director of Operations. He is a former air traffic controller and professor and a prestigious Chevron scholar. He taught me how to question the status quo. He inspired me to get into the academic research journey. I am very happy to share that our research paper is under review in one of the reputed Q1 journal. It will be published soon. Yet, whenever I faced the hurdles, these mentors were there always to guide me forward. Yet, facing an audience was a problem for me. I couldn't recover fully from that. For that, I just joined some coaching classes, English learning, online classes as well, offline classes. Nothing worked out. Then I tried something different, Toastmasters. This is where the things started to change drastically. Here I met the different kind of mentor, Toastmaster Amirtha. Her mentorship is not about the perfection. She used to tell me it's about the connection. She is always very kind and encouraging. Her feedbacks will be highlighted with what I did well and what I could improve. Today I am here, standing in front of you and speaking, not because I am fearless, because somebody patiently helped me in the whole process. So what I have learned from this, mentors are everywhere. Sometimes they are the professionals or professors, sometimes they are the person sitting next to you. If you have a mentor, thank them. If you don't have one, look around, you may find one. And maybe you can be that person for somebody else. Thank you.
In order to deliver the last speech, we have a wonderful speaker, Toastmaster Rajasekaran. He is working as a government officer, working for 15 years. And when I asked him about the freedom, he said, freedom and his country, he said, sir, after getting married, I lost my freedom and I don't have time to think about this country. So that was a wonderful answer. Really, all married men lost their freedom after marriage. We are searching for our freedom. So before getting into his speech, let me ask his evaluator, Toastmaster Jagan, to speak about his speech objectives.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Google Maps can find Tinagar, Tirupati, Terambed, even away through a Topsy derby meeting in Toastmasters. A mentor can find the talent in us. Only a mentor can. I hope this speech is a turnaround because most of this Toastmaster Rajasekaran is delivering a speech in the Pathway Persuasive Influence Project 2. Level 2 Project 3, which is Introduction to Toastmasters Mentoring. This kind of a project is generally dry and it's going to be a turnaround in your speech project as well as the purpose of this project is for the member to clearly define how Toastmaster envisions mentoring and share some aspect of a previous experience as a prodigy. Timer, please note, timing is 5 to 7 minutes. All the very best, Raj. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prasanna Venkatesh, for delivering your wonderful speech. Now I understand which side fits you the best. Thank you.
Imagine you are in a situation when someone says, let's get this done in 1 week. You feel the pressure, but you just smile and say, sure, I will get it done. You don't argue, you don't push back. You just want everyone to feel comfortable. That's me. That's a supportive communicator in me talking. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. A few months ago, I was working in a client's project. A new task came in, and my client asked me, let's get this completed in 1 week. That should be enough, right, Prasanna? The task was very complex, and I never worked such task before. Deep inside, a small voice whispered in me, are you sure? Can you complete this in 1 week? It's very complex. But the supportive communicator in me stood up for me like a loyal friend and spoke, sure, I will get it done. I wanted to keep the waters calm. But beneath the surface, the waves were building. As the days passed, I realized the task was more complicated than I assumed. Still, I held back. I didn't ask for more time. I was working into late nights. I gave up weekends and sacrificed sleep just to meet the commitment I made. 2 weeks later, twice the time I committed, I was able to deliver the module. Although there was a delay with my delivery, the client liked the project and they accepted it. On the surface, it might be ended well, but I was burnt out. I was completely exhausted, mentally and physically. On our subsequent meetings, my client shared one feedback about me. Prasanna, we are happy with the project you delivered. I had zero issues working with you. I was very happy and relieved. Then he added something. I wanted to tell you something more. If the task needed more time, you should have told us. You shouldn't have work on weekends, you shouldn't have work on nights. We would have understood. Don't just compromise, don't just accept. When you lead others in future, it will be very helpful. It hit me like a hard truth. When I was walking down the lanes of Adayar, I was thinking, I was ruminating about this incident. It was a turnaround for me. My client wasn't complaining me. He was handing me a mirror to me. And I'm very grateful for that. Supportive communicators are sincere, approachable, and nice. We often listen more. We often say yes. We wanted to keep the harmony. We wanted everyone to feel comfortable. These are all some positive traits of supportive communicator. Every style has its some shadow. For me, the shadow was not analyzing enough, not being direct when it mattered most. If I had been more analytical, I would have taken some time to approach and given the realistic timeline. If I had been more direct, I would have simply said the task was more complex, it would take more than a week. It would have saved me from exhaustion and also helped my client to set better expectations. Now, I give myself a time to analyze before I respond. The feedback from my client taught me a profound lesson. It changed me completely how I handle my workplace, how I handle new tasks. Now, when somebody asks me for any task, any timeline, I take a moment. I assess the task completely, then I give a realistic timeline. It might be longer than they expect, it might be uncomfortable initially, but it's beneficial for both, for me, for my well-being, and for the clients to set the better expectations. Still, I'm a supportive communicator, but I'm learning to adapt. A good communication is not about only how we speak, it's about how we respond. We all have natural style of communications. Some people are direct communicators, they are confident, they take actions quickly, and they are driven by results. Some people are initiating communicators, they are sociable, they energize the whole environment, and they inspire others. Some people are analytical, they just rely on the facts, numbers, precision before taking any action. And finally, some of us are supportive communicators. We focus on harmony, making everyone to feel comfortable. There is no right or wrong communication style. Every communication style has its own plus and minus. Just like one cloth doesn't fit all, one communication style doesn't fit all the moment. Sometimes we need to shift our own communication style based on the moment. So next time, let's ask ourselves, is this the right approach for the moment? Because the right communication can save us a good sleep, a good weekend, and maybe peace of time. Thank you. All the best.
Before getting into the speech of Prasanna Venkatesh, let me ask his evaluator, Toastmaster Shankar, to read about the objectives of his speech.
Thank you, TMoD. My star speaker, Prasanna Venkatesh, is going to deliver the speech from Presentation Mastery, Understanding Your Communication Style. The purpose of this project is for the member to learn about different communication style and identify his primary style. Very all the best, Toastmaster Prasanna Venkatesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shankar. All the best to Prasanna Venkatesh. Today we have a wonderful speaker, Toastmaster Prasanna Venkatesh, as the second speaker. He's a software developer, works in a startup. He likes to code, and his hobbies are watching series in OTT. I asked him an interesting question. India is a IT hub. India is known as an IT hub. Why we couldn't develop even a single product like Google, Facebook, ChatGPT, and everything? For that, he said a very interesting answer. Because of our education system. Our education system doesn't encourage the creativity. It just aims for the marks. And parents don't allow the passion. they just run behind doctors, engineers, and same monotonous jobs. So that was a wonderful insight. With this, and right now, thank you, Toastmaster Abirami. It was a wonderful speech. Nice hearing you after a long time. And I understand your message straight to the point. Thank you.
Quick show your hands if you prefer someone coming straight to the point. Well, some people are like bullet train, straight to the destination, no stops in between. Some prefer a scenic route with detours, side stories. Some speak like a warm hug, gentle and reassuring. And even someone turns everything into encyclopedia. Facts, figures, and even maybe a flowcharts. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. According to Toastmasters International, these are not just habits. They are communication styles. Direct, initiating, supportive, and analytical. I'd like to explain these, some of these basic characters of these styles with some well-known movie references. I'd like to start with direct communication style. Think of Rajinikanth as Manik Pasha in Basha. Strong, decisive, and a leader who gave the results. Or think of Kamal Haasan as Ram in Hey Ram, clear in his goals, firm in decisions. Direct communicators know what they want and they go straight for it. But not all communication is about making decisions or giving instructions. Sometimes it's about bringing people closer. There comes the initiating style. Any guess? Like Hasini in Santosh Subramanian and the Remo in Onion, they are talkative, friendly, and full of energy and enthusiasm. They walk into the room and they connect with everyone around them. Yet, not everyone needs a center of attention. Some communicates softly and quietly. That is supportive style of communication. Think of Siddha in Pidamahan, very silent but deeply loyal, calm in nature and very much cooperative. The supportive communicators prefer relationship rather than their personal gain. Fine. What about those who prefer facts rather than feelings? There comes the analytical style of communication. Think of Kamal Haasan in Vikram and Dr. What's his name? Vasigar. Vasigar in Endiran. They take decisions with precisions. They focus on facts and logics, They're always analytical to what they did. Now, coming straight to the point. All of us use these type of communications at different situations. But like every hero, there is a specific role. Like each of us have our own dominant style. And mine is direct. Thank you. Earlier in my career, I emailed a client. Send me the documents soon. After a week, he came with the files. I asked, what happened, sir? You came after a week. He said, nothing, ma'am. For him, soon means the next week. Thereafter, I stopped ambiguity. I say, send me the files by tomorrow 3 p.m. When deadline is there, action will be assured. Personal communication helps direct communication helps me in my personal life too. On Friday evenings, when I'm preparing for my travel to 800 km for my Medley meeting, my 3-year-old son Michael M looks very upset. So I kneel to him and ask, Michael, what is today? It's Friday, right? So I have to go to, and he completed the sentence. Chennai. Okay, that's right. Then I will come back on Sunday morning. Then what we will do? We will play your favorite game. Deal? He said deal. This simple, direct communication with him turned him into my little partner in joint decision making. The direct communication has its own blind spots. One of my friends, she's a brilliant cook. She experiments everything she saw in her Instagram, from Japan chicken to those trending choco lava cookies. One day, she excitedly said, I'm planning to open my new business. And me, being a direct communicator and always in a problem-solving mode, replied, okay, but there are a lot of bakeries here, so it's going to be tough. Her smile vanished. Later she said, I don't look for your advice, I just want me to hear. That hit me hard. That's when I realized being directness gets things done, but empathy builds relationship. Most of the times, people don't want solution, they just need to be heard. So, I understand the real magic happens. My direct communication style gives me clarity, confidence, and efficiency. I understand that the real magic happens when directness blends with kindness. Thank you.
All the best, Toastmaster Abirami. Before getting into Abirami's speech, let me call her evaluator to brief about her objectives.
Today, Toastmaster Abirami will be presenting Level 2 Project 1 speech from her Pathway Presentation Mastery. The project is Understanding Your Communication Style. The purpose of the project is for the member to learn about different communication styles and identify their primary styles. The timing is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best, Toastmaster Abirami.
Coming to the second speech of today, we have a special speaker, Toastmaster Abirami. What I admire about her is her dedication in whatever she does. I still remember her in one TT Master session, she came with a postmaster uniform. She went and
dressed up in the postmaster uniform and came to the meeting with the postbox and everything. To that extent, she is a dedicated asset for Medley Toastmasters. Today I asked her a question. She is a chartered accountant. Since she is a chartered accountant, I asked her a question to prepare a balance sheet for India for 78 years of Indian independence. For that, she said, on the asset side, our rich cultural heritage, resilient people, democratic institutions, technological advancement, growing economy. This is on the asset side. On the liability side, still poverty, inequality, corruption, environmental challenges. Wow, what a wonderful assessment of the presentation. Thank you, Toastmaster Raja Annamalai, for delivering a wonderful speech in the title you gave to connect.
Airports are, people used to say, airports are the only place people crying when they are leaving. And some people, they are crying when they have arrived. Sounds funny, right? So last year, so when I was at the international airport, okay, my flight got delayed. Instead of scrolling my phone and binge watching, so I decided to people watch. And I discovered that, so there are the entire world's communication styles in front of me were waiting on the launch in the airport. So in the airport, so at the departure launch, there are 4 different communicators where you were able to see that. So the one, if you learn to connect with all of them, so you can build bridges with anyone, everywhere in the world. So the number one is direct gate. So there was a man with a sharp shoot marching towards the counter, and as he looks like he had only 5 minutes to serve the entire board. So immediately he looked at the airline agent and said, "Excuse me, my flight is delayed. Can you make the next one? Let's make it happen." So no greetings, no smile. It's a direct communication. So the strength of this communication is so that they can get the things done. But the blind spot is they forget. Sometimes they forget that. So people around them are human beings, not the machines or not the to-do list or the tasks on the checklist. And then I have noticed that there is another gate. So at another gate there is a woman, a charming and then the energetic woman who was building a rapport with everyone in the launch, as if she was never interacted with the strangers in her life. Okay, so the moment in few minutes, she started interacting with everyone and identified their names and their favorite foods and their middle name of the pets and everything he has collected. So this kind of style, so its strength is building a rapport immediately with anyone, so which helps them to move along with the friendly manners. So the blind spot is like the moment when they try to make stories and around them and move along with sometimes they forget the flight is already left. So the next one, so there is an analytical gate. So there is a man who was sitting on the corner of the room, and he was looking into he was wearing a glasses and looking into the boarding pass, and then using the magnifying glasses to check whether the boarding pass is correct, whether he is moving into the right destination, and whether he is sitting in the right gate, and everything he was checking for one side again and again. And also he was having the analytical chart for the flight's delay. So either whether everything, what is the current, in the past, how many years the flight was delayed, and what was the ratings, and everything he was checking on it. So it is like he was having a printed out, and also the color coding, everything. So that's the style of the analytical. So the strength of the analytical is like we can go with the fact and the data. So but the blind spot is like the more you go with the analytical and double or triple checking the analytics and the precise on the data, sometimes you may forget that the flight is also. Then the fourth type is a supportive. There was a young man who was helping an elderly passenger carrying his luggage, and then he was not bothered about like what is the time, and he was not in a hurry. He was not checking his watch. He was ensuring that and making sure that so the elderly passenger was comfortable. So that's the style of the supportive. So he builds a strong and then last-long relationship. But the blind spot is like sometimes he may get into a trouble, like while he was helping with others, he might have not given a priority for his own goals, and that would have been missed. So those are the four gates. So your communication, while you were communicating with this one, so we have seen the direct, initiating, and the analytical, and the supporting. So there are tips. So while you are communicating with the direct one, so you can identify this style consciously and slow down. So let's say if you are interacting with someone who you find it as like a direct one, and you have to move along with them and then slow down while you are interacting with them. And if you find you are a direct communicator, so you can be concise and provide the clear action points. So the same goes for initiating. So you can gently, interact with them and return to the agenda and initiating by setting it timelines. And then goes to the analytical. So if you find a person with the analytical, and provide them the clear facts. And then if you are an analytical person, so practice to slow down somehow. And then supportive. If you are a supportive, so and then remember your objectives and the voice and get them. And then finally, so if you are so if you speak with the communication style with your own, so you are not, if you are still continuing with your own style, you are not connecting, you are just broadcasting. So to connect with the different cultures, different professions, different generations, so you must recognize your own style, respect with the others, and then move along with their rules. So that's how you can make a rapport with others and build connections. Thank you.
All the best, Toastmaster Raja Annamalai. Before getting into the speech of Toastmaster Raja Annamalai, let me invite his evaluator, Toastmaster Pramodh, to read about his speech objectives.
Good afternoon, fellow persons and delegates. Today, our star speaker, Raja Annamalai, is going to speak about understanding your communication styles. The purpose of his speech is going to be to learn about the various communication styles and to understand his primary style. And it is also to explain the impact of his style on the listeners. Timer, please note, the duration of the speech is for 5 to 7 minutes. All the very best to Toastmaster Annamalai.
Now we are coming to the next speaker. Our next speech is going to be delivered by Toastmaster Raja Annamalai. He joined UK-based multinational bank and he is working for that bank for the past 14 years. When I asked about the freedom, he said freedom is not something that happens in one day. It is a continuous process. Freedom and learning is a continuous process which can be always made better and better every time. So let me invite Toastmaster Raja Annamalai on stage. Thank you, Toastmaster Sridevi for delivering, Srividhya for delivering such a wonderful speech. She is a newcomer, but her speech was flamboyant and amazing. I enjoyed her speech. Thank you.
Life is like a book. Some pages are sad, while some are exciting. But if you never turn the pages, you will never know what it holds for you. Turn around to my life quote. Life is full of small and big moments. The big moments like a job, a promotion, a wedding, or a childbirth are moments that make us very exciting and happy. But the small moments like the morning cup of coffee we have every day, a friendly text from a long lost friend, or a smile from your neighbor. Quote, not all neighbors are smile at you these days, and especially if you have a parking issue, you're dead. So these are small moments that we are generally not grateful for. I'm a strong believer of the power of small moments because I think that's what keeps us going in life. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm Srividhya, and I'm the latest addition to this wonderful community. I'm from Chennai, and my family's grounds are also located in Chennai. I'm an art lover and enjoy hosting family events. So as a child, I used to be curious about what's happening around me, what people are conversing about, why things are happening in a certain way, why not the other way. I used to ask a lot of questions. I used to investigate, find answers. I used to also enjoy reading novels like Nancy Drew, Famous Five, Sherlock Holmes, Edwin Wallace. I also used to absolutely enjoy watching thriller movies, especially crime thrillers, investigation movies. So I somehow thought I was going to become a lawyer. But no, I took up a common profession. I started my journey as a banker. And I started traveling the way how life turned me to. At a very early stage of it, I came to a crossroad. I had to choose between option 1 and 2. I chose option 1 and boom, I was into the IT industry. This industry taught me a lot, professionally and personally, and I'm very thankful for it. It was the first learning phase for me. But before I could travel very far in my career journey, I came at another crossroad where I had to take a decision between my maternity break or work. So as a normal Indian woman who looks for a supportive system and other things in life, I chose the maternity break. So what should have been a shorter break for me actually turned out to be the biggest break ever for me. So fast forward to 7 years later, boom, I was into the IT industry again. But this definitely did not come easy for me. I had faced a lot of struggles, a lot of challenges. Because 7 years is a very big break for anybody in any industry. So this is where my challenging phase came. So I had to learn a lot of things. Because at home I had multiple roles to play. I had multiple responsibilities. I had to multitask. I had to take care of family. And on the other hand, I had to come back to my work mode. So I had to upskill, upgrade, I had to network, I had to contact several people before I could land into a job. I had to hunt for a job for several months. And finally, I ended up starting small. I started with startup companies and then I went to bigger companies. So that's when I decided I'm going to be sharing my story to empower others to take bolder moves in their life. So I pro bono started consulting with women's forums, workshops, conferences, where I share my story and also empower them to take bolder moves, especially women's forum. So fast forward to now I'm on a whole new learning curve. So this phase of my life I call as progression. So why did I join Toastmasters and why do I attend their meetings regularly? Is it for the tea that is served at the end of the meeting? No. On a serious note, I joined this club to hone my skills as a speaker, to be a better communicator, to become a leader who can impact and empower others to take bolder moves in life. So that's my very purpose of joining this club, and I have the good opportunity to interact with many of them already. So thank you for giving me this chance to present myself and my journey so far. A quick thank you note to my mentor, who's not here right now, my evaluator, and last but not the least, to myself for being tenacious, resilient, and strong. Thank you.
All the very best to Toastmaster Srividhya for your speech. Before getting into your speech, let me ask the evaluator to brief the speech objectives. Toastmaster Hema.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. My target speaker, Toastmaster Srividhya. Her pathway is persuasive influence. 11-month. Project name is Icebreaker. Speech title is Petals, Pages, and a few plot twists. Duration is 4 to 6 minutes. And the objective of the speech is to describe more about herself and to learn the basic structure of public speaking. All the best, Toastmaster Srividhya. Over to you, G.
Any Toastmaster meeting will have 3 phases. One is prepared speeches, the second phase is table topics, and the third phase is general evaluation. Today we are getting into the first session, that is a prepared speech. In order to give the first speech, we have Toastmaster Srividhya. Srividhya is from Chennai. She is an art enthusiast and enjoys many forms of art like music, painting, dance, and travel. And she is working in IT industry for the past 50 years. I asked her one question: did women get emancipated in independent India? I asked her to write in 1 or 2 lines, and she comes out with like this: I believe the journey is ongoing with progress in education, law, politics, and many fields, but continued struggles against patriarchy, inequality, and violence still exist in our society. For example, even today, women make only 30% in workforce as per statistics. What a fantastic observation regarding women emancipation. Normally when we ask a question like this, people will come up with an answer with their experience, with their friends, but she comes up with an eagle's eye point of view regarding women emancipation. Okay. So let me invite Toastmaster Srividhya on stage for the first speech. Thank you, General Evaluator, for introducing your team. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for calling me. I'm literally freezing over there. I think I have to put that in the report, my General Evaluator. Thank you, Grammarian Toastmaster Umamaheshwararao, for explaining your role.
I will be the Grammarian report at the end when I called for reporting. I encourage each speaker to use the word of the day. The example for usage of this sentence are like: with practice, we can achieve a quick turnaround in our confidence. Another example is: joining Toastmaster created a major turnaround
in my public speaking skills. The meaning of the word is a complete change from bad situation to a good one, the time taken to complete a process or task. The word of the day is turn around. As a grammarian, it's my responsibility to pay close attention to all the speakers, listening carefully to their language uses. I'll take a note of any improper language as well as good usage of English words, any outstanding words, sayings or thoughts. We got freedom from British but not from their grammar rules. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My name is Umamaheshwararao and I will be Grammarian for today's meeting. Thank you.
Please put your hands to welcome Toastmaster Umamaheshwararao. Can you please explain your role? The grammarian role is played by a passionate Toastmaster, Toastmaster Umamaheshwararao, who has willingly taken up multiple roles, although has joined very recently in Toastmasters. Thank you, Toastmaster Azhagiri, for explaining your all-counter role.
Over to you, Toastmaster Saravanan. At the end of the meeting, I will also note when speaker repeats a word or phrase such as I or this means. I will also listen for filler words, sounds including and I will be counting whenever you use your freedom to add filler words. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words including and, will, but, so on, you know. The purpose of the counter is to note words and sounds that are used as a crutch or phrase filler by anyone who speaks. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. My name is Azhagiri. Today I am going to play a role of counter. Thank you.
Please put your hands to welcome Toastmaster Azhagiri. Can you please explain your role? Our counter role is played by a phenomenal Toastmaster. You might know if you have read the minutes of meeting. He brings his minutes of meetings to life, providing a real and engaging experience for everyone. Thank you, Toastmaster Suresh, for explaining your role.
Over to you, Toastmaster Saravanan. Before I explain my role, I wanted to highlight this quote. Time and tide doesn't wait. Now you all must have understood what my role is. My role is to help all the speakers to stay within their allocated time and to promote effective time management. I'll be using 3 visual cards as the signals. So red, yellow and green. So before I start explaining about each cards, please remember this quote. Every freedom has a limitation. Your freedom of time ends in Toastmaster when I show a red card. Here is how the timing will work for each sections. For prepared speeches, the time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. At 7 minutes, I will show the red card. At 6 minutes, I will show the yellow card. At 5th minute, I will show the green card. For table topic speeches, the allotted time is 2 minutes. I will show red card at 2 minutes. I will show yellow card at 1 minute 30 seconds. And I will show the green card at 1 minute. For evaluation speeches, the allotted time is 2 to 3 minutes. I will show the red card at 3 minutes, yellow card at 2 minutes 30 seconds and green card at 2 minutes. For all the speeches, you will get additional 30 seconds as your grace time. Thank you, and I wish all the speakers the very best. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and TAG guests. My name is Suresh.
Please put your hands to welcome Toastmaster Suresh. Can you please explain your role? Timer role is played by a person who is very enthusiastic, who has joined Medley recently. But he has the ability to bring in his personal experience in his speech, which connects with the audience beautifully. And that is Toastmaster Suresh. Communication is like a coin. Have you seen a coin? Okay. It has got two sides, right? What are they?
Head and tail.
Yeah, in communication, what are the two sides?
Speaking and listening.
Speaking and listening. Yeah, speaking is way where you convey your thoughts, express your feelings, and whatever your conceptualized in the form of your thoughts, you are expressing in the form of your speech in front of an audience. That's your way of expressing. Right? And what is listening? It's more of understanding and interpretation of what others are expressing. That's your listening skills. So communication has got these two sides. And my role as a general evaluator is to listen to both of the sides. And I have a team also, a team of TAG players, that is timer, or counter, and grammarian, as well as evaluators, who will do this entire exercise of listening to both communication as well as the listening as well as speaking skills as such. And then they provide at the end of this meeting and provide their report. And I also will provide my general evaluator report at the end of the meeting. Why are we having this evaluation? It is because it is something that will help us with our decision making skills, planning and organization skills, as well as motivating others so that they can come to the stage and speak in a much better way when they come to the stage next time. And that is the main purpose of general evaluation. With this, I thank Topsy for the date.
Today, as I said, today is a day for celebration and evaluation. So we are going to celebrate the speeches, at the same time we have to evaluate the speeches and the entire meeting. In order to conduct the evaluation session, we have a general evaluator. Today's general evaluator is Toastmaster Saravanan. He was ex-president of Medley, and also he is called as a superstar of Medley. An innovative and a novel thinker. I asked him a question. Britishers ruled India. Because of that, you have a lot of English medium schools. Thereby, you get a lot of opportunities. Today's IT industry, all the job opportunities you are getting through that. If Britishers did not rule India, what would have happened? Whether India still would have been IT hub? I asked him this question, and he came out with a very interesting answer. He said, still we would have succeeded with the intellectual capability and low, cheap labor market. That was his answer. I liked his answer because still he believes in the intellectual capacity and analytical skill of Indians. But only one thing that even, see, 300 years of British rule, even then you said cheap labor. By the time I was expecting that we would have become Japan or something. Okay, that is how, that is in the design. Can you please turn on the PowerPoint presentation? I think Britishers have designed the country in such a way, designed us in such a way. Now I have another, today as I said, we are going to have a lot of questions and interactions. Now I am having one interesting question to you.
The best answer should get some chocolate, no? Nothing at all.
After the meeting, you will be given chocolate.
Independence Day also, no chocolate, no flag.
It's chocolate, you should not ask.
You're asking questions, come with chocolate.
Sure. But you did not answer.
Only because chocolate is not shown.
I have given you two sentences. Which sentence is correct? The Prime Minister unfurled the national flag at historic Red Fort in India. Prime Minister hoisted the national flag at the historic Red Fort.
I think the fourth sentence or
first one.
I think it's a first.
First one.
Because it's Independence Day and for Republic Day it's
Exactly. That's really a fantastic answer from Toastmaster Srividhya. You deserve a chocolate.
Thank you.
On Independence Day,
Yeah.
the second answer is right. Why on Independence Day we hoist the flag? Anybody? Why on Independence Day we hoist the flag, and why on Republic Day we just unfold the flag?
We already got, we are getting the independence, so we are hoisting. We have already got the independence and we are showcasing it.
After we got the independence from British, for the first time we are, the Prime Minister hoists the flag from the bottom to the top, then he unfolds it. Whereas in Republic Day, the flag will be already at the top and the President will just unfold the flag. So that was a fantastic answer. Independence. See, as I told you, there is a design our Britishers have created, the Western world have created. And look at the word independence. Have you ever thought of this word independence? Vellakaran, Monakaran. They have kept dependence in independence. Invaluable means extremely valuable. Independence means extremely dependent. I think they have designed this, they have coined this word even before giving independence. You know that one day this guy will get independence. So, and now I am having another interesting question to you all. What are the similarities you find between British Empire and the present, even after democratic country, we are having the same kind of thing? What are the similarities? For that I should ask another question. What are the things you felt with the British Empire? This is what British Empire is all about. How British Empire dealt India?
Both have a prime minister.
No, they treated people of India like slaves.
Yeah, slaves. They treated the people of India as slaves. Okay. Then?
Manager and subordinate.
Did they unify India or divided India?
Divided.
Divided India. On the basis of communities, religions, or what?
Languages,
They divided on the basis of languages. Then religion. By all means, they divided India. Okay. Then what else? They exploited the economy of India.
Of course.
So, after getting independence, do we have something similar to the pattern of British Empire? Are we all united by spirits? During British Empire, they unified India, in fact. Politically, they unified India, but they divided the country by the spirits. They divided, overall they divided the communities. They created hatredness among the communities so that they can comfortably exploit this country. They exploited the economy of this country. Today, I'm seeing many places I go and ask, பொண்ணு கிடைக்கல, மாப்பிள்ளை கிடைக்கல, பொண்ணு. I was thinking, 130 crore population. How பொண்ணு கிடைக்கல, மாப்பிள்ளை கிடைக்கல? I don't understand. The reason is, we have created lot of countries within this country. We have created lot of countries within this country. We have, in the 78 years of independent India, we have not created trust among countries, communities. It's not a matter of casteism. It is not a matter of religion. We have not created trust among the communities. As an India, as an Indian country, independent country, failed to create trust among each other communities. Still, for the sake of political advantage, still the same pattern continues, creating hatredness among the communities. We are united on paper, but we are divided with the spirits. Isn't it? We are united as a market. We are just united as a market, as a human beings, as a common man. Are we all united? It's a very big question. If something happens in North India, we look at something as if something happened in another country. If something happens in South India, somebody reads the newspaper, look, something has happened in Africa. Are we really connected as human beings by spirits? What is the real freedom is all about? We are saying that economically we have grown. That is true. But at what cost? As somebody said in their financial in the statement, at the cost of environmental challenges. In order to distract the accountability, especially after 1991, that is globalization, multinational companies came into India. This is what we read in the history book, right? Especially when I read the history, how India became slaves. First sentence will be, East India Company came to India. How many still remember your history answer? East India Company came to India.
First came to West Bengal.
1991, your market was opened. All the multinational companies came into India. That's what when I asked about, when I asked the TT master, what does the modern India, what is the concern you have for the modern India? As I told you, India has different phases. What is the concern you have for the modern India? Our TT master said, once upon a time, which were taboo topics, is considered as attractive topics today. When I was a kid, I still remember in the newspaper are not supposed to put, specify the community. This community and this community had fight. No. There was a fight between two groups. This should be the news. You should not specify the community. But today's newspaper, you can clearly read which caste community, which religious community fought with each other. So, we are unnecessarily, somebody is creating hatred among communities in order to escape from the accountability. Especially this happens after globalization. So this meeting, today what we are going to have is a meeting not only to celebrate but also analyze the truth, what is really happening in India, and also to make this country better. The real patriotism is taking responsibility to make this country better, not just jingoism. Today we are all having, not all are saying beginning with Narendra Paramarais. But the real thing is taking responsibility. I have to make this country a better country, to safeguard this country for my future generations. My child has to be safe in this country. My daughter has to be safe in this country. You have to create a geographic area safer for your future generations. It is not a matter of jingoism. It is not going to fulfill anything.
Not only in India, across globe, they divided by languages, not by community.
Yes, dividing human beings as a whole itself is a comfort for the rulers. Exactly, you said. So this is something we are going to discuss in today's meeting. We are going to see how bigger the India is than, especially I personally feel that we have not understood India completely. We have to understand the India. We have very big India than what we can imagine. So with this, I leave the floor to the President.
Let's welcome the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Vijayarajan, to take the meeting forward. To take this meeting forward, we have a Toastmaster of the day, and today the Toastmaster of the day role is played by Toastmaster Vijayarajan. And Toastmaster Vijayarajan is working in an Irish-based IT company, CubeMac Technologies, as the Assistant Vice President. A few days back, when I got to know the meeting theme or the flyer, when I saw the flyer which I got to know the theme of the meeting, quote struck me. The quote which was famous by our first Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru, which goes by, "At the stroke of midnight hour, when the world sleeps, India will awake to life and freedom." So very relevant to the quote and to the theme of today's meeting. Toastmasters is an 100-year-old organization which provides a platform to develop our communication and leadership skills. It helps us to unlock the opportunities and to excel in a continuous manner. Now Now, moving on to guest feedback. In the interest of time, can we have your feedback from one of our guest Krishna Priya? You can come over here and share about your feedback or about your just a quick intro about yourself. Just an intro about yourself.
Hello everyone, I'm Krishna Priya. So I graduated last year. And I'm working in a research institute as a project associate. So I actually tried Toastmaster in another area in Tamaram. At that time I was very busy with my placements, so I quit in Medley. So since I have time now, I want to improve my communication skills, which have been struggling from my school days, which I'm very aware, but I was not ready to acknowledge that I felt I could improve it on my own. I didn't need any help or any platform. So since I know that I'm struggling now and I have acknowledged my issue, so I want to.
Thank you. It's not usual, but we'll go to the winners of today's meeting. The best speaker is our icebreaker speaker, Toastmaster Srividhya. Best evaluator, Toastmaster Jagan. Best tag or player, Toastmaster Umamaheshwararao. The best role player, general evaluator, Toastmaster Saravanan. And the best TD speaker, guest Anish. We also want to announce the star of the month and the rising star of the month for July. The rising star of the month for July is Toastmaster Andrew Raja. He is not here, but we will send out a flyer and certificates to him. And the star of the month for the month of July is distinguished Toastmaster Sampath Raja. I would like to welcome the dignitaries who have joined here. Toastmaster Saravanan, the past president of Medley and the past DTM director, and distinguished Toastmaster Thomas Abraham, the past president of Medley and past chair of District 120. With the sound of this gavel, I declare meeting number 845 open. Thank you, Sergeant of the Arms, Toastmaster Senthil, for setting the context of the meeting.
With this, I hand over this meeting to Presiding Officer Toastmaster Barath, who is a software architect in Ericsson. For the Toastmaster, our main goal is to providing supportive learning and the environment which helps to build a communication and leadership. The meeting, I would like to share the 3 ground rules which we follow in our meeting. First one is we don't talk about sex, religion and politics, and please put your silent mode on your mobile phone and don't cross talk while speaking. I welcome you all for 8:45 the meeting on our Toastmaster Club, and good evening everyone. I am Senthilkumar G. Today I will be the Sergeant Arms for the meeting. Thank you. After the end of the meeting, we will have an educational session today. Business session. We are having a business session. Our presiding officer are going to present. Thank you.
I request all the members to be seated. We will finish the business session, and I request Toastmaster Shanmugavel to accompany the guests for the snacks. Guests, you can accompany Toastmaster Shanmugavel for the snacks. This is a business meeting for all the members of the club.